Chicago Cubs baseball's on the air. We are finally set for another season of Cubs baseball. But first, we had to get through plenty of spring training action, and today we have the second spring training game of the season as the Cubs will be taking on the Texas Rangers. We'll have starting lineups and get ready for this spring training game coming up next in just a couple minutes. You're listening to Cubs baseball on Shy Sports Live. Welcome back to the Shy Sports Live. We have spring training action between the Chicago Cubs and the Texas Rangers here in Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona. So we are ready for spring training baseball. First, let's go through the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Texas Rangers, Sam Haggerty is leading it off. Ezekiel Duran hitting second. Danny Jansen, former Blue Jay, and Ray hitting third. Jonah Foscue hitting fourth. Jonah Bride hitting fifth. Mark Canha hitting sixth. Cooper Johnson hitting seventh. Tyler Wade hitting eighth. And Aaron Zavala hitting ninth. In the outfield for the Cubs, left to right field, Justin Dean playing left. Pete Armstrong playing center. And Matt Shaw getting to start in right field. Today, third to first, Pedro Ramirez at third. Jefferson Rojas at short. James Triantos at second. And Jonah Long at first base. Carson Kelly behind the plate. And Matthew Boyd getting the start on the mound. Turned 35 on February 2nd. This is his 12th season in MLB, second with the Cubs, and he was dominant for most of the year last year. Led the Cubs in starts, wins, innings pitched, and strikeouts last season. As we get set for Cubs baseball, I'm excited to be back. That was Jonathan Long at first base, not Jonah Long. We are set for baseball. Let's get ready. Sam Haggerty steps into the plate. Matthew Boyd gets the check, the set, and the pitch. Fouled back to the screen for strike one, and we are underway here in Mesa, Arizona, as the Cubs are up against the Texas Rangers in Game 2 of spring training play. The 0-1 from Boyd, fly ball to left center field, and it's going to fall in front of Justin Dean for a leadoff single. Wasn't hit well, but drops in front of Dean, and in this tough Arizona sunlight, it's going to be tough to be able to see a lot of baseballs. But Ezekiel Duran will step in, hitting second for the Rangers. trying to have a bounce back season after their season last year. Boyd's first pitch is a called strike at the top of the zone. Strike one on a fastball. A lot of new rules in MLB this year. And you had the ASB challenges; those will be, or ABS challenges; those will take an effect in the postseason as well. 1-0 swing and a miss on a fastball top of the zone. 0-2 now on Ezekiel Duran. Beautiful day, a lot better than it is in Chicago right now. We're going to try and broadcast as many spring training games and regular season games possible here on Tri Sports Live. Boyd will take an attempt at first base. Haggerty's back in time. First disengagement used. So we're going to try and get through. We're going to try and get all these substitutions when they eventually happen clean and ready. It's a lot different than the regular season where you barely have substitutions until the late stages of the game. The 0-2, that's popped out of play for another strike. Thrown from Matthew Boyd. 5 pitches, 3 in this at bat, 3 strikes. And Duran will take a timeout. Using his one timeout of the at-bat. Boyd will come set. Here's the 0-2. Curveball backdoor got him looking for strike 3. That's out number 1. Duran doesn't like it, but it looked like a good backdoor curveball that caught the corner. Take a look on the replay. Looked like it had a chunk of the outside part of the zone. Good frame from Kelly. So 1 out. I'll bring up Danny Jansen. Former Ray, former Brewer. Boyd running out of time in the pitch clock. Caught the pickoff attempt at first. Haggerty's back in time. Former Brewer, former Ray, former Blue Jay. Started his career with Toronto. I went to Tampa and finished the season last season with Milwaukee. Another backdoor curveball called strike. Another good curveball there from Boyd. Craig Council's club lost 8-1 yesterday. The 0-1. That caught the corner on the inside part of the plate. Strike 2 on a fastball. Jansen last season with Tampa and Milwaukee, .215 average, 14 home runs, 36 RBIs. He played 98 games total. 0-2 count, 2 on the pitch clock. Boyd throws a pickoff attempt to first. Looks like the clock expired before disengaged, but they're not gonna call a ball. Kind of like the delay of game in NFL. Officials don't always call it when it hits right when it hits 0. They wait an extra second. The 0-2. On the outside corner, just off the play with a change of good pitch from Boyd. It did look like it was just a touch off. So 1-2 count now. Boyd will come set. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch. Fastball top of the zone. Strike 3, that's out number 2. I'll bring up Jonathan Foscue. Good pitch there from Justin Foscue. Apologies. Good pitch there from Boyd. Fastball top of the zone. Jonah, the right-hander. Pitch from Boyd. Fastball just up. Might have been away as well. 1-0. Boyd, 11 pickoffs in the MLB last season. That led the MLB. We called a few of them. Foscue spent the majority of the season in AAA. So foul this one back to the screen, 1-1. Spent 4 games up with the big league club, went 1-for-9 in those 4 games. So he got his first major league career hit. It was a very small sample size. Got a spring training invite and has a chance to inch closer to making the club. Boyd gets the sign, comes set. The 1-1. That changer misses low, 2-1 now. All right, Cubs. Seems like it's been happening a lot. They've had a lot of collapses in the latter half of the seasons. Whether it's due to fatigue, injuries, who knows, but here's a 2-1, another changeup missing low, 3-1. The offense just really fell apart towards the end of the season last year, and it pretty much carried over into the playoffs. If they had a slightly better offense, and Cubs probably could have had a chance to make it to the championship series. The 3-1 chopper off of Boyd's glove deflects to Triantos, tries to throw to first, but it's not in time. That's going to be an infield single for Foscue. And gotta imagine if Boyd, let's say gets past him, that would have been a single regardless. But a chance that'll bring up Jonah Bride, former Marlin. That's some big league time. Another right-hander. Pitch. This is just inside for ball 1. Fastball 91. Usually see the starters get a couple innings, maybe 3 if their pitch count is low. Here's the 1-0. That's a strike, 1-1. Another nice changer from Matthew at the top of the zone. So, let's see what happens here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the first. Just getting underway here in our second Cubs spring training game. Bride smokes this one to left field. It's going to drop in front of Dean, and Haggerty is going to hold at third, so that'll load the bases. And a third hit in the first inning for the Rangers off of Matthew Boyd, and that'll bring up Mark Canha, another lefty. Or another righty, sorry. Now just a fastball, top of the zone. Bride just gets the barrel onto it, smokes it in the left field. Dean was playing a little deep. Has a good arm. Haggerty had to hold. 2 outs. And again, Boyd, clock struck 0, but gets the pitch off. It's a changeup for a strike. This will be pitch number 20 for Boyd in the inning. End of the game. Mark Canha, 46 games last season with Kansas City, had to deal with injuries. Only hit 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and decided to sign with Texas. The 0-1. Fouled back to the screen, 0-2 now. Obviously, the results don't really matter in terms of team record in spring training, but the results that do matter are the individual stats and how well players play, upcoming prospects, how well they can see some big league pitching. And also, so you can get your pitchers, your veterans and stuff, just getting back into the flow of things. That's Loneman. It's 1-2 now. You don't want to. You don't do what the NFL does, where a lot of starters get rested for first couple of games, and then they'll get some playing time in that third spring preseason game. Here's the 1-2. Popped up behind home plate. This will get out of play. Kind of imagine Boyd's going to have a 40 to 45 pitch limit, so probably will only go through 1 more inning. Texas 90 and 72 when they won the World Series, and in between that, a bunch of mediocre and underwhelming years. But they did improve by 22 wins in the World Series season. That curveball backdoor off the plate, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the first. 23 pitches for Matthew Boyd. Bruce Bochy, not the manager anymore for Texas. Skip Schumacher, former Marlins manager, is now the manager for them. Here's the 2-2. Popped up. Might be playable for Kelly. Ranging toward the corner, fighting the sun, and he makes the catch for the third out. So Boyd, 3 hits in the inning, but no runs given up. Cubs and Rangers scoreless after half inning of play. You're listening to Cubs Baseball on Shy Sports Live. Welcome back into Shy Sports Live. Cubs and Rangers scoreless after a half inning of play. Rangers picked up 3 hits off of Matthew Boyd in the top half of the first inning, but did not give up any runs. For the lineups for the Rangers, the fielding arrangement, left to right field, Canna, Wade, Zavala. Third to first, Bride, Duran, Haggerty, and Fescue. Behind the plate, Danny Jansen, and the former Vanderbilt star Kumar Rocker on the mound for the Rangers today. For the Cubs batting lineup, Matt Shaw leading off, Pete Crow Armstrong hitting second, Carson Kelly third, Jonathan Long hitting fourth, Justin Dean hitting fifth, James Trantos hitting sixth, Pedro Ramirez hitting seventh, Jefferson Rojas hitting eighth, and BJ Murray hitting ninth. First pitch, Matt Shaw, fastball just off the plate for ball 1. Shaw getting a start in right field today. You know, with Alex Bregman and a pretty crowded infield now, trying to see if he could get some action in outfield. 1-0 to Shaw. Ground ball hit up the middle. That'll get through and be a base hit. Shaw will reach on his first plate appearance of the game. And the Cubs pick up a hit immediately after giving up 3 hits in the top of the first inning. That was a 2-seamer sinker-like pitch that Shaw smacks into the ground, but hits it hard and up the middle, right back from where it came from, and Cubs get the first hit of the game for their side on the first batter. I'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong, 35 stolen bases last season, had a really good first half, and he kind of just fell off in the second half with pretty much everything besides defense. The fastball missing high for ball 1. So, hoping to see a good 150 to 160 games from Pete today. See, he hit the 30-30 mark towards the end of the season. Here's the 1-0. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw to second. Shaw, tag is late, and Matt Shaw has stolen the base. So gets a base leadoff single, steals second. It's an off-speed pitch. And Shaw, take a look at here at the replay. Yeah, it looks safe. Bill Miller on the call at second. Does look safe. 1-1 count. Rocker's pitch. Flare the left out of play. Change up, it's 1-2 now. Cubs have a decent amount of starters today. Shaw, I'm assuming Shaw starts. I'm assuming he'll play more of a bench role this season because of the acquisition of Bregman, the 1-2 to PCA, swinging a miss, strike 3, and that's out number 1. For sure starters are PCA, Kelly, and Matthew Boyd, the starter, and Shaw I'd assume we'll get starts. Shaw will get starts this season. He just might not be an everyday starter. So actually, I misspoke. Cubs don't have that many everyday starters going. And a matter of fact, they only have 2 everyday starters in PCA, and the man who's batting now, Carson Kelly. There's an off-speed pitch, misses low for ball 1. But again, with the spring training, you want to see how the veterans come back and how they start playing. Really, it doesn't matter for them in terms of stats and stuff. You obviously worry about the regular season for them, but you want to see the youngsters. As Shaw made Kumar step off. Kumar went to Vanderbilt. He was originally drafted to the Mets, and he decided to go back to school, and then he got drafted again with the Rangers. Here's the 1-0. Line drive, 1 hopper, snagged by Duran. He'll fire the first in time for the second out. Almost hit pretty hard, but right to Duran. So after the shot leadoff single, Cubs have and stolen base, Cubs have struck out and grounded out. So here's Jonathan Long. Another righty. A lot of righties in this game today. Rockers first pitch. Check swing. Peel to first. They say he did go, so that's strike 1. Rocker comes set. The 0-1. Flared back to the screen. 0-2 now on Jonathan Long. Cubs have a lot of games to go in spring training. Long was the minor league player of the year with the Cubs at Iowa. 305 average, 20 home runs, DO2. Ground ball hit towards short. Duran charging, fires a first in time for the third out. Cubs get a leadoff single from Shaw, but don't score. We'll head to the second inning of play in Mesa, Arizona. Cubs and Rangers deadlocked. You're listening to Cubs baseball on Shy Sports Live. Welcome back here to the top of the second inning. Cubs and Rangers scoreless after 1 full inning of play. Justin Steele expected to get some pitching time. Unsure if he's going to start the season with the Cubs. Got to imagine he'll get some looks. He has been throwing. It's looked pretty good when throwing it through a bullpen yesterday prior to the White Sox-Cubs spring training game. As first pitch from Matthew Boyd to Johnson is a called strike in the corner. So that's a big thing that the Cubs missed in the postseason last year is the starting pitching. With as Johnson fouls that one back to the screen. With Cade Horton going down with a back injury, that really hurt the Cubs' starting rotation, especially against Milwaukee. It really didn't impact them against San Diego, but against Milwaukee, it really, really devastated them because Milwaukee's offense was just on fire that series. That's just a touch low to Johnson, 1-2 now. So the Cubs definitely wanna see some good outings from him. I'm sure he'll get a inning or two every so often in spring training as Boyd misses high with a fastball 2-2. Yeah, he has thrown bullpens, so we'll see what happens and see if he's ready to go by opening day. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Good late action on that fastball. Boyd picks up a strikeout. For Boyd, that is his third strikeout of the game. So, kind of like what we saw in the regular season last season. And, those first innings with Matthew oftentimes struggle to get through him, but after that, he settles in quickly. And I'm sure he'll want to pitch a lot today, but Council's probably going to take him out after this inning. There's a fly ball hit pretty well to center field. PCA going back, fighting to Maze the Sun, and he drops it. And heading into second is Tyler Wade. We'll see how they score that one. But Seiya Suzuki yesterday also had an issue with the Sun. I'd imagine that's going to be a real double for PCA. That'll bring up Aaron Zavala. Brother of Sebi Zavala. Swing and a miss. The strike. They did rule a hit, by the way, so that's not 4 hits for the Rangers off of Matthew Boyd. Jonah Bride's hit was definitely the hardest hit against Boyd on the bottom of the first, or top of the first. It was a ground ball pulled foul. Boyd having to deal with a couple lefties in this half inning. Wade, Zavala, and get back to the top of the order with Sam Haggerty, a stretch of righties. So we'll see if Craig Counsell finishes Boyd's start against the lefty. The 0-2. All the way 1-2 now. 33 pitches for Matthew Boyd in his start today. Justin Steele, 3.30 ERA in 5 seasons with the Cubs. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Another punch out for Matthew. 4 punch outs to the first 2 and then 2/3, or for the first 1 2/3 of this game. By the way, White Sox. So we are a Chicago Sports Channel. White Sox on tap, 2-0 over the Athletics. They're in the top of the second inning. Edgar Quiro and Chase Mydrops with runs batted in. Sam Haggerty up now. Pitch from Boyd. Off to play for a ball, 1-0. 35 pitches for Matthew Boyd in this game. Tyon went around 40 pitches in the game yesterday. Here's the pickoff attempt to second. No one there. Wade gets back easily. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball hit hard towards the hole. Gets off the glove of Triantos. Wade's going to come around and he's going to score easily. And that's going to be a 2-out RBI single for Sam Haggerty. Wade will score. So if PCA was able to fight off the sun. Boyd would have been out of inning, but off the glove of Triantos. Had a little side action on it after it hit the grass. And that is going to be it for Matthew Boyd. He'll depart. Rangers on top, 1-0 after an RBI single. We'll take a quick break. Cubs trail the Rangers 1-0. You're listening to Cubs Spring Training Baseball on Shy Sports Live. Welcome back here to Shy Sports Live. Ryan Jensen, the former Minnesota Twins prospect, will be in the game now for Matthew Boyd. Ezekiel Duran will come in to hit 0 for 1 today. Ended up striking out looking. Jensen will come set. First pitch. Ground ball hit towards second. Flip on to Trianto. Still get the out there. Rojas, good flip, and that'll end the top half of the second inning. All it took was one pitch for Jensen to get out of this half inning. Rangers do crack the scoreboard on the Sam Haggerty RBI single. Rangers on top, 1-0. You're listening to Cubs Baseball on Shy Sports Live. Welcome back here to Shy Sports Live. Cubs trail the Rangers 1-0 after a Sam Haggerty RBI single in the top half of the second inning. Kumar Rocker on there to pitch the bottom half of the second inning. First pitch to Justin Dean. The fastball low and away for ball 1, 1-0. 1-0 count on Dean. Rocker comes set. The pitch. That's low. It's 2-0 now on Dean. And Rocker with Vanderbilt had a really good career in college. Here is the 2-0 from Rocker. Ground ball hit towards third. Two-hopper to Bride fires the first in time for the first out. So one gone on the ring of James Triantos. Was with the Mets organization. I believe he did get some playing time with them in the bigs, but just never really made it with them. Here's the pitch. Tailing inside for ball 1-0. At the ABS challenge system, each team starts with 2 challenges. Challenges will be retained when each challenge is successful. Can only be initiated by the hitter, pitcher, or catcher. Teams will have at least 1 challenge in extra innings that misses up. It's 2-0 now. So, a lot of changes, and if you get a stretch of successful challenges, you could see pitchers and catchers or hitters challenging 7 or 8 times a game. 2-0 to Triantos, fouls off of his foot for strike 1, 2-1. But really, for pitchers, it's tough to see if it's a strike. I mean, you're 56 or you're 60 feet 6 inches away from the plate. It's 2-1. Nice action there by Rocker on a breaking ball in the dirt. 2-2 now. I mean, really, the catcher, maybe the hitter, should really be the only ones challenging. I understand the fact that pitchers have the ability to challenge, but it's tough for them to truly get a reading on a pitch when you're almost 61 feet away from the plate. 2-2 from Rocker. Another nice downward action. They call a foul tip. Looks like it hit the dirt, but it's a second out, sorry. Another strikeout for Rocker. It's 2 strikeouts for Rocker now. I think Pedro Ramirez got some time in the game yesterday against the Sox. First pitch. Just off the plate, 1-0. 1-0 count. Rocker will come set. Here is the 1-0. Off the plate, 2-0, 2-seamer action. One thing with ABS, I really hope we don't get to the World Series and it's like bottom of the 9th, bases loaded, 2 outs. And here's the 2-0. It's 3-0. The winning team wins off of an ABS challenge. That would really suck, but if it's to get the call right, then I understand. And here's a 3-0 from Rocker to Ramirez. Off the plate, 4 pitches off the plate. Ramirez with a 2-out walk. You always hate the 2-out walks as a pitcher. So bottom of the second here in Mesa, Arizona. Pick up attempt at first and getting back in time is Ramirez. Rocker will come set. Pitch. Rojas. Nice off speed right there over the middle of the plate for strike 1, 0-1. Jefferson Rojas, a prospect. Runner's going, pitches a ball, throw to second. is late, so Ramirez has a stolen base. That's 2 Cubs stolen bases now on Danny Jansen. There's a good jump from Ramirez. Took a look back. Or was late. 1-1 count. Pitch. Line drive center field over to leaping glove. Haggerty. Ramirez is going to come around and he is going to score. That is how you do it. Small ball winning it. 2 pitches. You have a stolen base, and the pitch right after that, it's a line drive RBI single, and the Cubs get on the scoreboard for the first time today. It's an RBI single for Jefferson Rojas. There's a 2-seamer outer third of the plate, and Rojas cranks it to center field, and Cubs immediately answer the RBI single for Sam Haggerty with the RBI single from Jefferson Rojas. Here's B.J. Murray. First pitch. This is inside for ball 1. It's really going to be cool if an ABS areas, if a umpire misses like an obvious strike call and challenges it, and it's like right down the middle. That would be pretty cool to see what happens. Murray skies this one. 2 Rangers players fighting the sun. It's going to be Haggerty, and he'll make the catch for the 3rd out. Cubs do get on the board with a RBI single from Jefferson Rojas. Cubs and Rangers tied at 1. To the 3rd inning we go in Mesa, Arizona. You're listening to the Cubs baseball on Shy Sports Live. Welcome here to the top of the 3rd inning. Daniel Palencia is on the mound now for the Chicago Cubs, getting some opportunity to get some run today. Cubs and Rangers tied at 1. Matthew Boyd, inning and 2/3, stayed his first spring training start. 4 strikeouts. You have 5 hits and a run, but honestly, looked pretty good today. You know, he was in the zone with his pitches. Just had he threw a lot of pitches because of having some battles and not walk anyone. About to fire, throwing Palencia fires first pitch to Jansen. Fastball on the corner is a strike at 100. Palencia, the Cubs closer from last season. Gotta imagine he's going to be in that same role this season. The 0-1. Slider very tight in at the knees for a strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, just getting underway here in the top of the 3rd inning. The 0-2. Swing and a miss on a slider at 91. That's out number 1. Jansen goes down swinging. Palencia gets a 3-pitch punch out to start the top half of this 3rd inning. And now bring up Jonah Foscue. Askew 1-for-1 today. First pitch. Fouled back to the screen by Foscue, strike one. And we'll try and get you all the substitutions as we can. Do have a scorecard, but we're not really gonna worry about it. There's a million substitutions. We don't wanna go hard. There's a fastball off the hands, fouled off. 0-2 now. 5 pitches, 5 strikes for Palencia. Palencia will come set. The 0-2. No immaculate inning. Fouled that one off. Still 0-2. Valencia 22 for 25 in save opportunities last season. Had a good season. It started off really well. Had a couple tough games, especially that one that we called against the Nationals towards the end of the season last season. But there's a little flare, a little hop in front of Triantos. Fires at first in time for the second out. So 2 gone. That'll bring up the 5-hole hitter, Jonah Bride, 1-for-1 today. Line to single in the left field in his last at bat. Try and get you the date of opening day here for the Cubs in the bottom half of this inning. First pitch to Haggerty, fastball in there for strike one. Gotta imagine Palencia will only pitch this inning. 0-1. That's in the dirt, 1-1. Ryan Jensen only pitched a third of an inning, and he only threw 1 pitch. That was his afternoon. But efficient. That 1 pitch was efficient. It was a fielder's choice ground out to end the bottom of the second inning. Or the top of the second inning. The 1-1 that slowed away and to the backstop for ball 2. Here's a 2 on the Bride. That's a fastball up. It's 3-1 now. First baseball game I've called since the World Series, Game 7. Seemed like forever ago. Here's a 3-1. High fly ball, deep to left field. Dean fighting that sun, but he'll make the catch for the third out. So 1-2-3, top of the third. Strikeout for Palencia. Had a pretty good inning. To the bottom of the third we go. 1-1 tie. You're listening to Cubs spring training action on Tri Sports Live. Welcome back here to the bottom of the third inning here in Mesa, Arizona. Sloan Park. Cubs and Rangers tied at 1 here in the spring training game. Second game of the spring training. Cal Quantrill will pitch here for the Rangers here in this bottom of the third inning. So Kumar Rocker's done after 2 innings. Spent 26 games last season at the Bigs. First pitch to Matt Shaw is a fastball right down the middle for a strike with Miami and Atlanta. Tommy Hotovy back with the Cubs as pitching coach again for another season. So here's the 0-1 to Shaw. Line drive smoked the left field, and it is caught by Mark Canha for the first out. That ball's tattooed by Shaw, but right to Canha for the first out. I'm going to bring on BCA. Pete struck out in his first plate appearance of the game swinging. His only plate appearance of the game. Matthew Boyd in 2/3. He had 5 hits, 1 run, that one was earned, but he struck out 4, did not walk a single batter. Had a good game. First pitch to PCA. Line drive left field again, and again right to Mark Canha, and that's 3 pitches and 2 outs. So 2 gone, and now we have Carson Kelly. And I imagine the Cubs starters will, the everyday starters will call it a day after this inning. Maybe they'll give him a little bit more. First pitch to Kelly. Nice slider from Quantrill. That's a strike, 0-1. Very efficient half inning so far for Cal. 4 pitches, 2 outs. 2 pitches per out. The 0-1. Line drive again to left field, down the line. It is a fair ball, and this will get into the corner. Kelly will have an extra base hit, and it will be a 2-out double. Cubs getting their 3rd hit of the game. Was absolutely smoked down the corner. Was a slide I was hanging. And Kelly just does what every veteran is supposed to do on those types of pitches. Go down and get it, stay ahead of it, and line it for a base hit. I'm going to have Jonathan Long 0 for 1 today. Nice. Another nice slider from Cal in the corner. That's a strike, 0-1. He's firing strikes today. For the Cubs pitching, pitching staff has did a really good job last year. See if they can continue to having a good season. 0-1 and line drive off the leaping glove of Foscue. Kelly, because the ball stayed barely on the outfield grass, Kelly has to hold at third, but that's another hard hit ball here in this half inning. That'll be another single for the Cubs as Jonathan Long off the leaping glove of Foscue. And for the Rangers, that ball did not get too far into the outfield grass. Otherwise, Kelly might have had a chance to score there. So here's Justin Dean 0 for 1 today. Dean 0 for 1 today with a ground out. Another nice tight slider there from Quantrill. Swinging a miss for strike 1. Cubs have 4 hits in the game now. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs. Bottom of the third, chance to score the 0-1. Another nice slider. Swinging a miss 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Tied at 1 here in game 2 of the spring training season. The 0-2. And another good block there from Jansen. It's a ball 1-2 now. Quantrill will come set. 1-2. Fly ball hit well right center field. Zavala will camp under it though, and the Sun will make the catch for the third out. Cubs stranded pair on the corners. They don't score. To the fourth inning we go here in Mesa, Arizona. Tied at 1. You're listening to Cubs baseball on Shy Sports Live. Welcome back here to Shy Sports Live. Catch the Cubs against the White Sox on spring training action on Sunday, March 1st. 9 days away. Swing and a miss by Mark Canha. Hobie Milner is on the mound for the Cubs. New free agent acquisition was with the Rangers last season, 73 games. Has that sidearm 3/4 arm slot. 0-1. That's so it's 1-1. And Cubs and Rangers, top of the fourth inning. 1-1 tie. And Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona, the 0-1, or the 1-1, sorry, that's so it's 2-1 now. Right, Milner, funky sidearm 3/4 delivery. The 2-1. Line drive, right field out of play, 2-2 now. Milner, -6 degrees. That's his arm angle, so that's below the plane of average. Tyler Rogers, -61 degrees. Just to showcase, there's a weekly at chopper towards short. Rojas charging, fires the first. It is offline, and Long is hurt. The throw took him into the base runner, and he hit his wrist on the base runner, Canha. Seen Rojas get a couple wayward throws, some yesterday in the game against the Sox towards the end of the game. With a wayward throw, that one was wayward right there. It took him into the base runner's path. Can't imagine that's going to be an error on Rojas. Ooh, that has to hurt. Took him right into the throw or to the running lane. Long trying to shake out that wrist. Doing some movement training with the trainer right now. Trying to get some feeling in that arm. I'd imagine he's going to say he's going to be okay to go. Oh, no, they're going to take him out of the game. So they're going to take out Long, get him some training just to avoid potential further issues. He's pointing. It looks like he's pointing further up his forearm too. So I wonder if he extended his forearm muscle. So Jonathan Long will be done with this game. They did rule out a base hit for Texas. I imagine that'll get changed into an air. A new first baseman is Devin Ortiz. Devin Ortiz will get some. Will sub in. First pitch to Johnson. Fly ball, hit the right field, hit pretty well. Shaw will make the catch for the first out. So, first opportunity for Matt Shaw to get a play out on right field, and he makes the play. So, one gone. That'll bring up Tyler Wade. Lefty situation here. Pitch just a touch low. Wade in his last at bat doubled Pete Armstrong. You couldn't see it through the tough Mesa sun. Went off of his glove. The front door pitch almost hits Wade. It's 2-0. Then will come set. Cannon with a decent lead. 2-0. Line drive. That's going to get over the leaping head of Rojas for a base hit. Cannon will hold at second. So a couple hits off of Miller in this inning. Of course, the one to Rojas. Again, I think will probably eventually get changed to an air. It was hit slowly, but still could have been made. It still could have been made. It was a wayward throw, but that's all right. Aaron Zavala up next for the Rangers. 0 for 1 today. First pitch. Just a little bit low, and we're going to have our first ABS challenge as Carson Kelly is going to challenge play at the plate, or the pitch. The call. Yeah. Might have a malfunction here. Stuck on the ABS screen. There was roughly, I think they said in the broadcast yesterday, 5 or 6 pitches that had a malfunction. The system still showing ABS. They're going to say the call stands. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss 1-1. Kind of wonder what if they almost pick up with Tim. Cannon gets back in time again. I wonder if the Cubs will keep that challenge, or if it'll be ruled a failed challenge even with the technology issues. The 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. She got a piece of it. Gotta imagine with technology, a challenge made that's not that doesn't work, will just be no challenge. Call strike 3, and that's out number 2. Good pitch from Milner at the top of the zone. Savali goes down looking. 2 outs. That'll bring Sam Haggerty 2 for 2 today. He's had a good game. Drove in the only Rangers run. Single twice. Left center and right center. White Sox on top of the Athletics 5-1. They're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. There's a curveball for a strike, 0-1 on Haggerty. A 1 from Milner. Up and in, 1-1. Milner will come set. 1-1. Nice backdoor curveball. That's a strike. 1-2 now on Haggerty. The 1-2. That's up and away. 2-2 now. Two. Ground ball off of Haggerty's foot. Ground ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th, 1-1, 2 on. Game 2 of the spring training season. Again, at the bottom half of this inning, we'll get you the date of opening day for the Cubs, for Cubs baseball. Their last season, they played opening day a couple weeks early against the Dodgers in Tokyo. The 2-2. Line drive, left field. That is going to get over the leaping head of Ramirez and get all the way to the wall. Dean did not take a good angle. 2 runs will come in and score. It's a 2-run double for Sam Haggerty, who's driven in 3 RBI, all 3 RBIs of the game now for the Rangers. And for Dean, that won't look the best. It's a 3-run start. Overcooked his angle. And that's going to be it for Haggerty. Haggerty is done. I can get you the replacement runner. Just a second. Ezekiel Duran will smoke this one with foul. For Haggerty, 3 for 3 today with 3 RBIs is a good day to call it there. For Milner, 20 pitches in this half inning, 2 runs given up, 3 hits. Fly ball right field. Shaw will not have a play on it as they go out to play 0-2 now. Milner will come set. 0-2. Called strike 3. Duran wants a challenge. We'll see if the ABS works. Well, at least it says Rangers challenge now. Here it goes. It works, and it is definitely right there for a strike. So Duran goes down looking, and that is out number 3. Bottom of the 4th we go here in Mesa, Arizona. Rangers crack a couple on the scoreboard. They're on tap 3-1. You're listening to Cubs Baseball on Tri-Sports Live. Welcome back here to Shy Sports Live, bottom of the fourth in this half inning of play. Cal Quantrill is still on the mound as James Triantos is up now for the Cubs. And he'll line this one to right field. That'll be a base hit to Aaron Zavala. So James Triantos gets a base hit to start off the game. Cubs opening day, March 26th, against the Nationals at home at 1:20 p.m. That's a Thursday. So, here's Pedro Ramirez, first pitch. He'll line this one to center field. And that is going to fall in front of Tyler Wade. Heading to third is Triantos. The throw is offline and late. Back-to-back singles for the Cubs. And Triantos is on third now. First and third, nobody out. Sorry, that was a Scott. There's a lot of changes for the Rangers right now. Jefferson Rojas. And Quantrill's going to have to step off because the pitch clock was running out. There's a give me over curveball for a strike on one. You 0-1. That's chop foul 0-2. Not too that slow. He'll smoke this one foul. 1-2 on Rojas from Quantrill. One ball, two strikes. Nobody out. Runners on the corners. 1-2. It's popped up and out of play. A little good battle here between these two teams. Seiya Suzuki for the Cubs had a home run against the Sox yesterday, and there's a fastball missing high. It's 2-2 now on Rojas. Cal will come set. Pickoff attempt to first, and back in time is Ramirez. By the way, Bill Miller, umpires are changing out on the base pass. He's now working first base. Here's the 2-2. Runner moves, that's low. It's ball 3, and that'll be a stolen base for Ramirez. Another stolen base for the Cubs. It's their third stolen base of the game. Also, the count is full on Rojas. Chance here to drive in the tying run. 3-2. Ground ball hit hard, the right to short. Run's going to score. The throw from Collie to first is in time for this first out. Rojas does his job, though, so Cubs will cut the deficit to 1. 3-2 now. 1 out, runner on second. Two out, they'll bring up B.J. Murray. First pitch. Not slow for ball 1. B.J. popped out in his last plate appearance, getting a designated hitter role today. The 1-0. Off the plate, 2-0. BJ will represent Great Britain in the World Baseball Classic. Was born in Nassau, the Bahamas. The 2-0. Ooh, that one was close. And there's going to be another challenge from Texas. They only have 1 remaining, so they don't get this ABS challenge, then that's going to do it for their ABS challenges in this game. Looked like it might have tipped the corner. And it is just off the plate, so it's 3-0. 0.3 of an inch off the plate. So that is it for the Rangers for ABS challenges. Cubs had that malfunction. They still have the 2 challenges remaining. 3-0. That's ball 4. 4-pitch walk. Control has started in the past, so he can get some workload. I don't know if the Rangers really want to give him a workload. I'm sure they'd rather see some youngsters get some more action. Summering a Matt Shaw for the Cubbies. And Cubs have only made one substitution. It was an injury substitution. Jonathan Long throw from Jefferson Rojas, took him into the base pass of the runner and collided and bent his wrist back and ended up getting a strained muscle, something that Craig Counsell said, yeah, let's just take the rest of the day off there, buddy, and move on. First pitch to Matt Shaw. Inside corner, that's a strike on 1. Shaw 1 for 2 today, a single and a stolen base. And 13 home runs last season. Only played in about 10 games. Here's the 0-1. That's thrown away. And before the All-Star break, when he was hitting the ball pretty well. He was getting like a home run like every 4 at bats or whatever it was. And then like most of the Cubs did, they all fell into a slump. Ball to strike the pitch. Inside, back pick the first, and Murray is back in time. Pitch was a ball, so it's 2-1 now on Shaw. Some other scores around the league. Atlanta beat Tampa Bay 5-1 in that spring training game down in Florida. Here's the 2-1. Pop fly, right field. This one's going to play. Pittsburgh beat Baltimore 8-2. Two balls and a strike against Matt Shaw. Control comes set. Pickoff attempt to second. And Ramirez, I think he got hit with the ball on the pickoff attempt. So, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. So good to pick up a throw. Ooh, that hit. Pedro on the forearm. And Shaw took his timeout. Two. Trap foul. PCA gave a little hat tip to the crowd. He made a nice little play on that foul ball. Quantrill comes set to 2-2. Called strike 3. Strauss going to ask for a challenge. Cubs have 2 of them left because of the 1 malfunction. Oh man, that's not a good. How to go look over for the umpire. That was 2.4 inches high. So Shaw wins the challenge, and it's a full count now. That's another thing with these poor umpires is they're gonna have to deal with some humiliation if there's pitches like nowhere near right down the middle. That almost hit Shaw. That's ball 4. So the bases are going to be juiced now for PCA. So they'll take the no hit by pitch, and bases loaded walk. I think that's going to be it for Cal Quantrill. It wasn't a good outing for Cal, but honestly, that spring training, first one. Get the kinks, get the kinks out of your system. Leaves the bases loaded. Yes, there has been 1 run to score in. We'll head to the bottom, where we'll be back after a quick break. Cubs trail the Rangers 3-2. You're listening to Spring Training Baseball on Tri Sports Live. Welcome back to Tri Sports Live. Cole Stasio is on the pitch for the for the Rangers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch to PCA. First left field and on the play for strike 1. So no balls in a strike. So excited for baseball season to get going. Here's the 0-1 from Stasio. PCA again pops this one up Left side, it is playable for Bride, and he'll make the catch. It's an infield fly roll, and that's an out. Two outs. And Carson Kelly was an independent league pitcher last season. Pitched with had a 5.29 ERA. First pitch, Kelly swings through it for strike one. At a 5.29 ERA, and you go from independent ball to getting a spring training invite. That's a. I mean, that means an organization has to really believe in your stuff. 0-1. Fastball up and in, or running in on the hands, fouled off. 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cubs have scored 1 inning. They have the bases loaded. Kelly smoked a double down the line in his last at bat. 1 for 2 today. The 0-2. Smokes this one down the line. Bride will take the short play to second, though, for the third out. Cubs do get a run, but they strand the bases loaded, and they don't score beyond that. They also get a couple hits in the inning. To the 5th inning we go. 3-2 Rangers. You'll listen to Cubs baseball on Shy Sports Live. Welcome back here to Shy Sports Live. 3-2 lead for the Texas Rangers over the Chicago Cubs. In the second game of spring training, Cubs are down by a run. They scored 3 runs in spring training so far. 1 yesterday, 2 today. Luke Little's on the mound for the Cubs now. First pitch to Danny Jensen is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Still no substitutions for the Cubs yet. Little, 30 games with the Cubs last season, a 3.46 ERA. Only 1 home run given up allowed. There's a chopper hit towards first. Nice glove. Sorry, that was a 2024 stats. Only made 2 appearances with the Cubs in 2025. And he was with AAA Iowa in his 2025 campaign. No balls, 2 strikes on Jensen. The pitch. Ground ball hit towards second base. Trantos grabs it, fires a first in time for the first out. So that's how we get this top of the 5th started. Going to bring up Foscue. First pitch to Foscue is off to play for ball one. Foscue 1 for 2 today. Here's the 1-0. Line drive. Past the diving over Ramirez for a base hit. Another hit for the Rangers today. That's their 9th hit of the game already. That's the 2nd hit of the game for Foscue. Another bring of Jonah Bride. Looks like Little put on some weight in the offseason. Bride 1 for 2 today, has a single. Rangers and Cubs each scored 1 run in the second. Rangers picked up a couple runs in the fourth. Cubs scored 1 run in the bottom of the fourth inning. There's where you are. First pitch, that's a strike to Bride, 0-1. Rangers are out of ABS challenges for the rest of this game. Cubs still have their 2 challenges remaining. Here's the 0-1. That almost did it hit Bride? It did hit Bride. So Jonah Bride gets hit by a pitch. I'll put runners on first and second now with 1 out. I don't know. First pitch. Collie, that's a ball. There's a ground ball hit. Oh, the second. He's keep his foot on the bag. He did. It's a nice play from Triantos to make the play there. There's 2 outs now. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's Cooper Johnson. Smokes this one on the line, but that's foul. Oh, 1 to Johnson. On the way gets past Kelly. Runners do not advance. Still 1-1. On the strike, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Cubs are good pitching. Have given them 9 hits, 4 or 5 or 2. Charge to Matthew Boyd. The 1-1. Round ball hit towards second. Triantos charging. He'll fire the first in time for the 3rd down. The Rangers strand a couple runners on the bases. They don't score to the bottom of the 5th to go. Halfway home in this spring training game. Cubs trail 3-2. You're listening to Cubs Baseball on Tri Sports Live. Welcome back to Shy Sports Line. Bottom of the fifth inning here. Cubs against the Rangers in Game 2 of the spring training season. Cubs trail 3-2. 9 hits here in the bottom here in this game for the Rangers. 6 for the Cubs. 15 combined hits. We've only played through 4.5 innings of this game. Luis Cervello is on the mound now for the Rangers. Face Ortiz. First pitch. Ortiz fouls back to the screen for strike one. Yankees beat the Tigers 20-3 today. Aaron Judge had 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. You go 1. And on the hands, popped up right side. Foscue will make the catch for the first down, and that'll be how this bottom of the fifth inning started. And we have Justin Dean 0 for 2 today. Cervello comes set. The pitch. Shows bunt. It's a good one, but it's foul. And strike one. On 1 count on Dean. Cervello comes set. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on 2 now. There's a foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes. That's another 1 and 2 now. A 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. Dean goes down swinging, and that's out number 2 now. Cubs down to their final 13 outs in this spring training action tonight, or today. Pitch for pitcher Triantos, that's a strike. You're 1. Misses off the plate. Looked like the catcher wanted a challenge, but they don't have any more challenges left, so they can't challenge. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball hit, broken bat. We're on the first, and that is the 3rd out. So the Cubs go down in order 1, 2, 3. They don't score. Down to the final 12 outs of this game for both teams offensively. Cubs trail the Rangers 3-2. You're listening to Cubs Baseball on Shy Sports Line. Welcome back here to the top of the sixth inning. First pitch from Jack Neely is a strike for. There's a Osby pitch for a strike on 1 count. Swing and a miss for a strike 0-2. Here's the 0-2 to Martin. Nice off speed. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Three pitch punch out for Neely to start the top of the sixth inning. Man, 11 home runs, slugged at 522 in 63 games after the All-Star break. Had a really good second half. Obviously had his faults here and there. First pitch to Zavala was a ball to plate. 1-0 count. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Here is the 1-1 to Zavala. We'll have to play 2-1. Just off the plate on that next pitch. 3-1 now on Zavala. Neely will come set. The 3-1. Fly ball left field. That's going to be out of play. It's going to be full now. Fly ball left field. And that's going to be left field. It's going to be out of play. Three balls, 2 strikes. A pitch. That's in the dirt. That's ball 4. By the way, all positions besides first base are substitutions now for both teams, or for the Cubs. First pitch from Neely to Singh is off the play for ball 1. Marcus Lee Singh. Played Double-A with Reading. 229 average, 13 home runs, 47 RBIs. Those are the Phillies. 1-0. Nice speed right there for a strike. 1-1. Runner goes, pitches a strike, throw to second is offline. For a stolen base, Zavala steals second successfully. So ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, 3-2. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch from Neely. That's out number 2. Murray, the designated hitter for the Cubs, has not been substituted. Neely will come set. The pitch. Round ball pulled foul. Here's the 0-1 to Scott. Get me over curve. That's a strike 0-2 now. Oh, 2. That's up and then 1-2. Quincy Scott. High baseball, the highest he's played. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Neely gets a couple strikeouts an inning. Rangers strand a runner. They don't score. To the bottom of the 6th we go here in Mesa, Arizona. Rangers on top 3-2 over the Cubs in spring training action. Welcome back here to Shy Sports Live. Cubs against the Rangers, 3-2. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Miller steps in for the Cubs, facing Baumler for the Rangers. There's a first pitch fastball. It looked low, but it's a little strike. No challenge there from the Cubs. They still have their 2 ABS challenges remaining. The 0-1. That's up and away, 1-1. Carter Baumler, 2.04 ERA in his 28 games in the minors last season with the Orioles organization. And he was in that organization from 2022 to 2025. Here's the 1-1. That curve misses on in for ball, 2-1 now. He's from the region. 2-1. That's slow. It's 3-1 now. Three balls and a strike. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-2 Rangers in the second spring training game of the spring training season. A 3-1. That's popped up left field, playable. And caught by Marcus Lee Sang for the first out. For the Pirates organization, Bill Mazeroski passed away today. Hall of Famer, 7-time All-Star. Hit the greatest home run in baseball history with the Pirates. That is a strike. So rest in peace to him, and prayers to him and his family. 0-1 ground ball hit towards short. Collie will fire the first, dug out by Foscue for the second out. 17 MLB seasons, all with Pittsburgh. 7-time All-Star, 8-time Gold Glover. Had a walk-off home run that clinched the 1960 World Series. And he was elected into the Hall of Fame in 2001. Was 90 years old when he passed away. Born in 1936. First pitch to B.J. Murray is a strike, 0-1. I'm sure he lived a long, great life, and he's in heaven now. 0-1, that's off the plate, 1-1 now. Approaching the 2-hour mark of this ball game today. B.J. Murray 0 for 1 today with a walk. Here's the 1-1. That's fouled in and out of the glove of the catcher for strike 2. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Cubs go down in order 1-2-3. They don't score. They're down to their final 9 outs on offense. Well, to the 7th in Mesa, Arizona. Rangers on top 3-2. You're listening to Cubs Baseball on Shy Sports Live. Welcome back to Shy Sports Live. First pitch from Brigham is a strike for the Cubs. Miami beat the Mets today 2-0. The 0-1 from Brigham is up and away 1-1. Jeff Brigham, 6 MLB seasons, 94 games with the Marlins, Mets, and D-backs. Career ERA of 4.85. 1-1. Up and away 2-1 now. Cubs offense down to their final 9 outs. They're down just a run, 3-2. Here's a 2-1. Fly ball left field. Espinosa. And that is out number one. First easy out. And that'll bring up Foscue. First pitch from Brigham. That is blown away for ball one. Again, Matthew Boyd, starting pitcher today. 1 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits. They give up 1 run, which was earned, but he did strike out 4 guys. It's a changeup off the plate, 2-0 now. Brigham will throw the 2. That's skied way up in the air. No one can find it. Now finally. Oh, big trouble. Ortiz cannot make the catch. Throwing a second to throw. It's dropped by Simas. That is a tough play to make there. That one was skied up in the infield, and Ortiz couldn't catch it. And then the throw to second was in time, but Simas could not corral the throw. So Velasquez will reach base. Kind of mad. Wonder what they're gonna rule it. Fly ball left field. That's gonna be a foul ball. Here's the 0-1. Right down the middle onto strike 0-2. They did roll the hit. The 0-2. That's high. It's 1-2 now. The pitch. In the dirt. That's slow. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 7th, 1 runner on second. Jeff Brigham on the mound for the Cubbies. 10 hits for the Rangers now. Here's the 2-2. Check swing in the dirt, appeal to third. They say he did go, and that is out number 2. 2 outs. Assuming the Rangers still have the lead, they have 7 outs of offense, or 5 outs of offense, 4 outs of offense remaining. No. 7 outs of offense remaining. Mr. Colley is a little away for ball 1. Brigham will come set. The 1-0. High fly ball hit well to left field. Espinosa in foul territory will make the catch for the 3rd out, though, to end the top half of the 7th inning. Stretch time in Sloan Park. Cubs trail the Rangers 3-2. You're listening to Spring Training Baseball on Tri Sports Live. Welcome back here to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs trail the Rangers 3-2 here in this second spring training game. Start the season. Both the Cubs and Rangers picked up a run in the second inning, and the Rangers picked up 2 in the 4th inning. Cubs added another run, but neither team has scored since the 4th inning. Garriola. Murphy first pitch. Fastball fouled off for strike one. And Sullivan for ball 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball's pulled foul, 1-2 now. Murphy will come set. The 1-2 to Pete's. Not slowing in. It's 2-2 now. Two. That's at the top of the zone, and a called strike 3 for the first out. Opitz goes down looking, and then the number 1 Cubs down to their final 8 outs of offense today. Murphy will come set. The pitch. Fastball or curveball in there for a strike, 0-1. Here's Garriola. Murphy will come set. The 0-1. Line drive center field, but right at Scott for the second out. So the Cubs are down to their final 7 outs of offense today. Well, 2 outs. I don't know. 2 outs now. Murphy will come set. The pitch. That's inside for ball 1. Cantrell is the pitcher now is the hitter for the Cubs. 1-0. That one's fouled off, 1-1. Here's 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2 now. The 1-2. Line drive, and that is past the diving glove of Martin for a base hit. Cantrell has a single. The Cubs get their 7th hit of the game in the 7th inning. Cleveland on top of Milwaukee, 6-4 at the top of the 6th inning there. Colorado on top, 9-1 over Arizona. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning. It is a 1-run ball game, so if you're the Cubs, you are looking to try and get a win here. Velasquez is getting a new belt. There's Devin Ortiz 0-for-1 with a pop out. Jonathan Long who was starting at first base, and Ortiz came in as an injury replacement. First pitch, curveball for Murphy's a strike. Long collided on a little bit of an off throw from Rojas. No official word on Long yet. The initial word was precautionary reasons as the reason for removal. That's off to play for a ball 1-1. So just gonna imagine it was mainly for precautionary reasons on why he was removed. And second game is spring, no reason to risk anything. So 1-1, that's right there for a strike 1-2. Ortiz wants to challenge. That looked like a good pitch. So Ortiz might look a little rough here. Yeah, caught the corner. So Cubs have one challenge remaining with ABS. Rangers have lost both of their ABS challenges, so there's only one challenge total remaining between the two teams for ABS. 1-2. Chopper up the middle. And grab there from Martin. He'll just step on the bag for the third out. Cubs don't score. Boy, today here in Mesa, Arizona, 3-2 Rangers on Tri Sports Live. Welcome back here to the top of the 8th inning here on Tri Sports Live with this spring training action. Cubs trail the Rangers 3-2. As Evan Taylor is on the pitch now for the Chicago Cubs. Top of the 8th inning, first pitch. Backdoor, that's a strike on 1. Taylor, 31 games in the minors, went to Arkansas. There's a nice back foot slider swinging a miss 0-2 now on Johnson. Johnson 0 for 3 today. Looks like he's going to get a full game of action. Here's 0-2. That's a call, strike 3. That's number 1. Repitch, punch out. We're going to meet Ricky Martin. First pitch. On the corner, that's a strike on 1. Here's the 0-1. That's all. It's 1-1 now. Here's the 1-1. Not slow. It's 2-1 now. That's slow. It's 3-1 now. Here's a 3-1. And it's low. It's ball 4. So Taylor walks Martin. So 1 out here, top of the 8th inning. Taylor will come set. The pitch. It's a touch low for ball 1. No, that's low. It's 2-0. That's a strike. 2-1. Martinez at the plate for Texas. Two one. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Nope, it was a bluff by Martin. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 8th inning, 1 on for the Rangers. They're on top 3-2. San Diego on top of Kansas City 4-3 there in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there from Taylor. That's out number 2. Couple punch outs for Taylor in the inning. I'm real Marcus Lee saying. Cleveland now on top 9-4 over Milwaukee. Pickoff attempt to first. There's going to be a pickoff attempt on to second, and he's out. So, base running mistake there from Ricky Martin, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Cubs trail by a run, 3-2. To the bottom of the 8th we go. You're listening to Cubs Baseball on Shy Sports Live. Welcome back here to the bottom of the 8th inning. Anderson on the pitch now for Texas Rangers here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs offense down to their final 6 outs to play. First pitch for Anderson. High fly ball off field down the line. It'll be foul. Espinosa leading it off for the Cubbies. Boston beat Minnesota 7-2 earlier today. Anderson 5.66 ERA in 26 games in the minors last season. Line drive up the middle. Nice signing play there from Velasquez. He'll find the first in time for the first out. Oh, it's hit pretty hard. Play there. One gone. Here's Simas. First pitch fastball misses high for ball 1. Anderson will come set. Here is the 1-0. Change up low, and it's 2-0 now. Washington beat Houston 2-1 earlier today. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss from Simas. It's 2-1 now. Four home runs for Simas in the minors last season. 30 RBIs. 244 average. Here's a 2-1. On the corner, that's a strike 2-2. Again, the Yankees beat Detroit 20-3 in that game. I know Aaron Judge had a couple home runs. 2-2. That's off and in. 3-2 now. The score holder player of the game today will be Sam Haggerty. He's driven in all 3 of the Rangers' runs today. Three, 2. Flare to right field. That's going to fall for a 1-out single. Comes to the tie and run aboard. And the Cubs, lovely weather today in Mesa. Round ball hit the second, chance for double play, and the Rangers don't turn it. The ball is not caught. Bateman beats it out. Don't know if that was a bad throw or if the first baseman just did not squeeze it. Take a look at here. Flip the second, flip the first. It was a touch high. I think the first baseman tried to keep his foot on the bag. It was a touch offline. First pitch strike on a fastball. So on 1, Miller. Owen Miller 0 for 1 today. There's the 0-1. It's popped out of play 0-2 now. Miller calls for his 1 timeout. Cubs down to their final 4 outs of offense. Toronto beat Philly 3-0 earlier. Anderson comes set, the 0-2. Line drive up the middle over the leaping head of Velasquez. That's going to be a 2-out single. Tying run is now on second. BJ Murray get the job done for the Cubbies. White Sox on top 7-2. They're in the top of the 7th inning over Camelback. Edgar Quero, 3 for 3, double, 4 RBIs on the day for him. BJ Murray is not batting now for the Cubs. Armas is the hitter for Chicago. Look at a first pitch high for ball 1. Anderson comes set. 1-0. Just off the plate, 2-0. 19 hits combined between these two teams. And there's only 5 runs combined between these two teams. So, hits are coming, the runs are not. Cleveland on top 4-2 over Cincinnati. They're in the top of the 9th inning in their split squad game. 2-0. Shot foul. 2-1. San Diego now up 6-3 over Kansas City in their bottom 8th inning. Ariel Armas. High A at South Bend. 5 home runs, 47 RBIs in 92 games, 234 average. The 2-1. Fly ball out of play, 2-2 now. Always love to see the new names that you might not know, and the old names, and the old minor leaguers, or the old major leaguers that are trying to get back up into the majors. It's always fun to see that in spring training, especially early on, because early on is when you're going to see a lot of minor league players. Here's a ground ball, hit slowly to short, flip to second. They'll get the out there, and that'll end the 8th inning. Cubs strand another 2 runners. They don't score. To the 9th inning we go. 3-2 Rangers. You're listening to Cubs Spring Training Baseball on Chi Sports Live. Welcome back here to Chi Sports Live, top of the 9th inning here in Mesa, Arizona at Sloan Park. Rangers on top 3-2 as Barnes is on the pitch for Minnesota Twin for the Cubs. Cubs trying to get a quick scoreless inning, send it to the bottom 9th, see if they can get a chance to win in a walk-off fashion. First pitch, fastball off the plate. Cubs are going to use their last ABS challenge if it's unsuccessful. Oh, it just cut the corner. Cubs still have one challenge left. Here's the 0-1. It's Chant Fallow and 2. Charlie Barnes, 35 and 32 with Lott. That's on the KBO. So he spent some time over in Korea. 1 and 2. In the South Korean League. The 1-2. So on the way 2 and 2 now. Washington beats St. Louis 6-2 today. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's on number 1. A successful challenge. Does the job well. And the other split squad game, Washington beat Houston 2-1. The late action on a fastball from Barnes. Quincy Scott, first pitch up and away for ball 1. 1-0. Chopper hit weakly towards second. Got to hurry. Bobble, but still gets him in time for the second out. So 2 gone here in the top of the 9th inning. Here's Herrera, first pitch. Out to play for ball 1. Jose Herrera 0 for 1 today with a fly out. Just strike at the knees, 1-1. That's also at the knees. Maybe a touch low. It's 2-1 now. Here's a 2-1. Ground ball off the end of the bat towards second base. Throw to first. That's just not a good throw. That'll be an error on Simos. That was a pulled throw by a bit. Here's Velasquez. There's a strike. Here's the 0-1. It's a very good block there from the catcher. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Pop fly. Foul territory, and that'll get out of play. 1-2 now on Velasquez. Good catch by a fan. Barnes will come set. 1-2. Swing and a miss at the ball in the dirt. Strike 3. That's out number 3. Charlie Barnes pitching a scoreless 9th. Rangers strand the runner. They don't score. Well, it's 3-2 as we get to the bottom of the ninth inning. Cubs are down to their final 3 outs. You're listening to Cubs Baseball on Shy Sports Live. Bottom of the ninth inning here in in Mesa, Arizona, in Sloan Park. Rangers on top 3-2 over the Chicago Cubs. As Bormey's on the mound for the Rangers to try and close this game out. William Bormey, signed by the Rangers in 2019, December 28th, out of the Dominican Republic. First pitch, fastball up and away for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That catches the corner for a strike, 1-1. Casey Opeets, open with a strikeout today. 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2 now. The 1-2. Chopper pulled foul. Cubs on the 40-man base for all last year commits the role. So WBC, Alex Bregman, PCA, and Matthew Boyle with Team USA, Jameson Tyler, Team Canada, Seiya Suzuki, Japan, Javier Usada, Mexico, Gil Maya. Also, that's up and away. It's 2-2 now. There's one more name I couldn't catch, but you're good. Decent amount of Cubs players on the WBC. Here's the 2-2. That's in there for a call strike 3. Cubs down to their final 2 outs today. No, it's not really an issue in spring training. The hits have been there for the Cubs, but the offense or the run scoring has not. Here's the first pitch. There's a strike. Andy Garriola, line out in his last plate appearance. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Over 2.5 hours ago, we started this game. We're almost ready to end this game. The 0-2. Line drive right to the third baseman, though, for the second out, and Cubs are down to their final out today. Aiden Cantrell singled in his last plate appearance. It's up to him to keep this game alive. First pitch. Fly ball left field. Shallow. Tough play, and it's going to fall in foul territory for a strike. No balls and a strike on Cantrell. Here's the 0-1. It's fouled off, and the Cubs down to their final strike today. And there's no extra innings, so the Cubs do score another run, but don't score any more. End in a tie. The 0-2. Called strike 3. Then we're going to have a challenge before this game ends. Cantrell, that did look a touch high. Will this game be over? Nope. Ball is just a touch high. It's 1-2. 7/10 of an inch. A ball. I was 1-2. Cubs still have a challenge. So if this one's close, Cantrell could be like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it again. The 1-2 from Bormy. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. It was dropped third. Throw the first in time, and that is the third out, and that is the game. Cubs lose 3-2 against Texas here in Game 2 of spring training action. They'll fall 0-2. Texas will move to 1-1. Of course, the record really doesn't matter, but I'm going to say it anyways. This was a lot of fun to get back into the swing of things. But the Cubs do drop this game. It was a good game. You know, a lot better than the other game, but in the spring training, since there's a lot of substitutions, we won't go through the individual stats. Other than the winner was Cal Quantrill, the loser Hobie Miller. The save goes to Bormy. And the Cubs once again lose 3-2 in Game 2 of spring training in Mesa, Arizona. That is going to wrap it up for this broadcast. I want to thank you all for listening. Happy to get back into the swing of things for baseball as we approach ever so slightly closer to baseball season. I believe I will try and get some WBC games out of the way too, at least for the USA games. So we'll see. But with that being said, that's going to do it for this broadcast. For a final time, the Texas Rangers win it 3-2. Thank you for listening, and this has been a presentation of Shy Sports Live.